A key European Union Bilderberg Group document has just surfaced. Great article by a listener, posted at Infowars.com. Aaron's going to pop in for like 5 minutes coming up, and then I'm going to continue with your phone calls for everybody that is patiently holding. And we're going to be talking to Jason Burmis, finishing up just a moment about this horrid Supreme Court nominee. I mean, could I just have a Hispanic Supreme Court judge that doesn't believe Texas and California belong to Mexico and doesn't believe that the plan of San Diego should, I mean, if she's part of La Raza for the race everything, for those that said the race nothing, she believes in the implementation of the plan of San Diego. And I mean, you know, again, if you don't know what that is, Google the plan of San Diego, and people will see it on screen. University of Texas, University of Mexico City. It is the plan to kill all whites 16 and above and re-educate all whites. And this is what is taught by Mecha, La Raza, and, I mean, I'm against the Ku Klux Klan, but they're not saying they have a plan to kill all blacks. I mean, this is amazing. And that's off the University of Texas right there. So you can read about the plan to kill you and your family right there that the new Supreme Court nominee would like to carry out. Very, very disgusting. See, their racism's good, and then everybody else is supposed to stand down and be overrun by it. And that's what the global bankers want. Before we go back to Jason Burmis, Acola Blue is one of our great sponsors. Atmospheric water generator for the home. Pays for itself in 1 year if you buy your water from the store. Check out AcolaBlue.com, folks. You won't be disappointed. Pure clean water without the fluoride. Unlimited water from the humidity in the air of exactly what you're drinking. Machine produces up to 7.5 gallons a day. The generated water is passed through 7 filters, including reverse osmosis and carbon. Simple to use. No chemicals, pollutants, or toxins. Neutral pH. Your own source of clean drinking water. Now the filtering process works. The water is passed through an active carbon filter, then a silver-impregnated carbon filter, then a reverse osmosis system, then a taste and odor removal filter, and is stored in an illuminated tank, eliminated by an antibacterial fungal UV light. AcolaBlue.com or 1-800-691-6043. 1-800-691-6043. Okay, Jason, finishing up. Yeah, you've done a lot of research on this lady. There's that New York Times article you were talking about. Other points about the Mexican supremacist to be our new gun-grabbing leader.
Well, number one, she is a council member on La Raza. So she's just not a member, you know, she's a council member.
Yeah, like Hermann Goering was on the council of Hitler.
Yeah.
She's on the council of, this.
Yeah, and she's a Bush 1 appointee back in the 90s in New York. You know this lady is going to come in and take away our sovereignty.
She's a globalist.
Yes, she's about a North American Union. I don't want to lose my sovereignty to Canada. I don't want to lose my
by the way, she and others have said, that's what's not getting attention, like all the liberal Supreme Court members have said, we're going to follow UN and NATO and Hague courts, World Court. That's our boss. This is high treason. But see, if you're not for high treason, you hate Mexicans, Burmis.
And that's just not the case. You know, I could care less what color you are.
No, see, they make it racial. Mm-hmm. They make us defend ourselves. She's a Mexican supremacist. She's an America hater.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you know what? They're having this new immigration reform meeting on June 8th.
They call it reform, total capitulation.
Exactly. It's going to be illegal immigration. Illegal immigrants are no longer illegal. That's why these domestic lexicons say if you're anti-illegal immigration, you're an extremist. If you believe in the Constitution and Bill of Rights, you're an extremist. This is the wildest thing in the world. They're really gearing up, I think, within the next 2 years to just totally eviscerate.
And she loves to talk about how white males are bad. Imagine if we came out and said Mexicans were bad.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, you're a bad guy because you were born white and a man? I mean, we should all be judged on...
Look. If the British Empire would have been run by Africans, everybody would hate blacks. Mm-hmm. They hate whoever is dominant and takes over. And the truth is, all these groups just wish they could take over. Is the issue. I want everybody to have liberty and freedom now. I don't care what color you are. Stop letting them use left-right racial politics. Burmis, anything else?
That's all I got for you, Alex.
But you'll be back tonight with the Info Warrior, 9 to midnight, right here on GCN and at Infowars.com. Stay with us. Back in 70 seconds.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Many human illnesses can be attributed to the fact that soil in the United States no longer provides plants with the mineral elements which are essential to human nourishment. Many studies have shown that the majority of Americans are deficient in minerals. Deficiency in any one of the more important minerals actually results in disease. Go to raworganicvegansuperfoods.com today and see the wide range of foods available that are designed to help your mind and body work the way they were intended to. You can also visit the link on prisonplanet.com to see some of the amazing products available. Folks, you've got to try this. These foods promote nutritional excellence, health and well-being, beauty enhancement, and truly sustainable agriculture. Many foods today have herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, and insecticides that were not intended for human consumption. Go to raworganicvegansuperfoods.com today and see some of the amazing products available. You are what you eat, so eat what your body needs. Remember to go to raworganicvegansuperfoods.com today.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Okay, I'm going to blitz through your calls. Dave, John, Leo, Richard, Tori, and Nick when we come back in the next segment. Then I got one of the C-Think producers and directors coming on because he's gotten a lot of heat, for myself included, dealing with the C-Think film New World Order that's just a huge success. It's gotten a lot of attention, top ratings, record ratings last night for IFC, and record downloads. I'm not even supposed to get into that, but it's hundreds of thousands on demand. It dwarfs anything that they've ever seen. Obviously, I'll have my new IFC TV show. No. I could have had those kind of things a long time ago, but who knows? I might actually do one. The issue here is that I'm going to keep doing this radio show. That's where we can do everything unedited, uncut, and really get everything out. But they say IFC is the place where always uncut. So perfect for me, huh? The point is that there's no doubt we'll knock it out of the park either way you slice it. Aaron, you had some interesting news. Hundreds of documents have come out in the last few years, smuggled out of national archives in Europe, where the Bilderberg Group was set up by kind of the Nazi money and the British U.S. money, teaming up to set up world government. They bragged, they covertly set up the European Union 50 years before they admitted it. We're already under the North American Union. The public doesn't know we have the secret treaty. People sued and got it. Judicial Watch did. More documents keep coming out. One of our listeners did a great article breaking one of these down, and we've separately vetted that ourselves and checked it, so it is accurate. And Etienne Davignon is now giving interviews in the European press, the head of the Bilderberg Group, going, yeah, we really run things. So they've gotten to the point where they're just ready to throw it in everybody's face.
Yeah, and Etienne Davignon admitted they created the euro, what was it, 55 years before or something. And now we have more documents that some of our great Dutch listeners have dug up. A guy named H.R. Nord, known as Mr. Europe, calling for a federation of Europe.
Let's give that writer credit.
It's Jurien Maison. Not sure how to pronounce it.
He's written a lot of great stuff for us. We commend him. So continue with that.
Yeah, he's calling for world government through a European federation only as an intermediate step for world government. They're always attacking the League of Nations. It wasn't strong enough because some national sovereignty remains.
Read the article.
And they're calling for the end of all sovereignty. In a series of pamphlets constructed in the latter days of the German occupation of the European continent for the Dutch De Baanbreker magazine, Pioneer magazine, one of the founders of the European Parliament, H.R. Nord, nicknamed Mr. Europe, wrote that all European countries should prepare to construct a European federation as a first step in the direction of a world government. When, by the end of 1944, it became clear the Nazis were doomed in their conquest for world domination, with two impatient superpowers waiting in the rings, Nord elaborated on this idea in a three-part series explaining that steps towards a world government should be pursued to rid the world once and for all of a future German aspiration for world domination. And it goes...
But it's Germany at the heart of Europe. Oh, we want this government so we don't dominate, but that's actually what dominates Europe. And that's what the Bilderberg is that nexus of that Germanic empire with the Anglo-American thing that's Germanic to begin with the Rothschilds kind of wrapped around and interbred into the middle of it, a very sickening concoction. But the separate declassified army documents say this, but I've read Shire's Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, Heinz Hobel's Order of the Death's Head, and scores of other encyclopedic books off mainline documents, but you never see this on the news, that Hitler planned a European Union to govern the planet and then carry out eugenics, and he got the